heck is a segundo volante? It was an interesting summer. It was a short summer. We had maybe 3 weeks off, and then the guys had to come back. I think it's interesting. I have a 20 level of discipline, but I still have a slack personality. I haven't quite figured that out yet. But we did get promoted. We were in Casa Liga 1 with some very good teams. We're going to be playing Craiovia today. They won the league last year. And what I'm going to do is this. And you can see here, we're doing really well. We're doing better than expected. But the way the Romanian playoffs work, as I'm clicking all over the place here. So this is league table as it currently stands. Everyone's played either 4 or 5 games. We've played 4 games. We've won 2. We've drawn 2. We're sitting on 8 points. We've had a really good start to this season so far, which is kind of surprising. If you look at last season, even though Cluj finished in first place, Craiovia ended up winning the playoffs. So they're going to the Champions League. Sepsi missed out. Steaua Bucharest, Viitorul, and Cluj are going to the Euro Cup 2. Then Botoșani, who ended up on 32 points, lost the playoff. And so they went down to Liga 2. So did Cluj, so did Hermannstadt. So Georgiou, even though they finished with 20 points, stayed up. Which, sometimes that's the way the ball bounces. Transfer-wise, we were fairly... I don't want to say busy. Well, the first thing that happened was we got taken over. And then the second thing that happened is they cut our affiliation with Ailsland. No. The team in Norway I couldn't scout because it was outside of our scouting range. And I was like, okay, I'm kind of bummed. And I thought, you know what? I should ask them for an affiliate. And about a day later, they said, hey, we have an affiliate for you. It's Frosinone in Italy. They're in Serie A. And they're a lot closer than the club in Norway, so I have no problem scouting them. They can send players on loan to us. We have no obligation to play the player. He may be recalled whenever possible. I haven't been able to fully scout their roster out yet. I totally screwed that up. And I got a team report thinking I was getting a roster report. Instead, no, I got a team report. Told me everything about Frosinone. They're well, I don't have Serie A loaded, so I can't tell how they're doing. But if I look at their schedule, it won't even let me do that. Yeah. Okay. Well, that's what happens when you don't load the leagues up. I think next time I do a play like this, I may have to load a ton of leagues that are just view only. But it was the season was short enough to the point that all the friendlies I had scheduled actually fell onto last season, and we did really well there. Sepsi beat us 2-1, but it was a really rotated side. Then we got off to a really good start. We beat Steaua Bucharest 2-1. Balace had a really good game. Miovski had a really good game. Balanced out the fact that Costaci and Panalik didn't have great games. Against Ploiesti, we beat them 1-0 thanks to a Nușescu goal in the 71st minute. We drew against Viitorul, which is a really good result. They're a really good squad. They have a really good youth system. They're really going places. I'm saying really a lot. I don't really know why. And then FC Rapid, who came up with us, I believe. No, ours came up with us. We drew with them 2-2 thanks to goals by Popescu and Costaci. Transfer window wise, I guess I should have gone back to this. We weren't all that busy. We were sellers, but it was just one player, Ivan Basic, who was a young German goalkeeper I picked up, and I literally picked him up with the intent of selling him. I didn't think he was going to get playing time here unless we got really, really thin or really, really good, really, really quick, and I could afford to play him in goal. I have 2 really good keepers, but he came in on a free. He was at Istra, and then he was on loan. We got him in on a free, turned around, sold him for 300,000 euros to Viitorul, where he will probably sit on the bench. He might develop. He's got potential. The problem is he wasn't going to realize it here. Did he play any games? And this is the other thing. I know he played some youth games for us, but maybe he didn't play there. So, and we made a 300,000 euro sale on him. Gassama, Mitrea, Artelenu, and Alexandru Marin all left on freeze. I don't think any of them got picked up. No, Gassama did. When I last checked, they hadn't been picked up. Okay, now a few of them have. First, everybody else we brought in was on a free. Second in, but we're going to look at him first. George Manea, a lone player from Ferencváros, who are in Hungary. Need a midfielder, and the registration rules here in Casa Liga 1 are a bit more lenient, so I'm able to play a few more foreign players. I think the rule is I have to have 6 players in Hungary on the starting 11. So physically solid, not the fastest, but he definitely, once he gets going, he can stay going. Mentally, he's pretty solid across the board. Technically, I love him because of the first touch and the 14 passing. The 11 marking and 10 tackling are nice. He's a great deep line playmaker. You stick him on support, he holds it up in the middle of the field. He's fast enough to beat most of the other midfielders and defenders, and okay to slow down the strikers, but his job is to get the ball and then pass it up, and he's been doing a pretty respectable job in that regards. Andre Truta comes to us from UTA Arad on a free. I needed some depth in my defensive back line. I had a lot of older players, and the new club philosophy doesn't want me to sign players over 30, and if I do, I can only sign them to a 2-year contract. So 3-star current ability, 5-star potential ability. Really good no-nonsense center back, but I'm playing him as a central defender. Physically, he's really good, 6'2". The 16 jumping reach with the 12 heading is nice. The 16 bravery is also good. He should win a lot of aerial duels. The positioning's not bad. The concentration's not bad either. The only places he's really lacking are technically, really, and you would kind of expect that as he's a defensive center back. You know, he's not a good crosser. He's not a good corner taker. He doesn't do free kicks. You know, but he's 6'2". He dominates the center of the defensive back 4, and that's what he's supposed to do. Igor Kostyuk is probably my signing of the year. He was at Dynamo Kiev and was let go on a free. He was hanging out there, and I took one look at him. I brought him in on trial. He was here for all of 3 days, and a bunch of these started populating. I was like, I'm signing this guy right now because he has 4-star current ability, 5-star potential ability. Now, that 5-star potential ability means maybe 120-ish, 130s at best. But even then, for this level of football, that's really good. Physically, great balance, decent agility and natural fitness, decent pace and strength. Mentally, he's solid across the board, except for the leadership. The concentration and the bravery are a little on the low side, but I think I can work on those. He's a really good deep line playmaker. He also plays a good box-to-box midfielder, which is what I'm playing him at mostly. Technically, not the best crosser, okay dribbler, not the best finisher. First touch is okay. The passing is very nice. The marking is decent. The tackling could be better, but you know, we can look at the tactics here. It's one of those cases where Manea is probably a little bit better box-to-box midfielder, but Kostyuk's better on the left. So it's one of those cases where I'm comfortable playing either one of them there, and I've been switching them out back and forth. So I think today it's Manea's turn to play the box-to-box midfielder role. And if for whatever reason one of them's having a bad game, I can always switch them around. And then last in was Daniel Paul, who comes to us from Hungary, a defensive midfielder who also played defensive center back. That's the big reason I brought him in. He's 17 years old. He was available on a free, brought him in on a trial, 1.5-star current ability, 4-star potential ability. I suspect he's one of those kids who he's going to get a lot of playing time on the under-19s and the reserve squad. He may see a game or two in the first team, but we're probably going to be moving him on for money later on. I don't play defensive midfielders. I'm going to have him playing defensive center back, which I have him training on there. So he's nice in a couple areas. The 11 heading is nice, even though he's only 5'10". And pair that with the 8 jumping reach, you know, he's not going to be winning any duels. Mentally, he's okay. The 5 determination is a big killer for me, as is the off the ball, as is the vision. But I can improve those while we're here. So he's a project. We're only paying him, 120 euros a week. So we'll sell him on. You know, if we move him for 100,000 euros later, we're going to make up our investment on him, no problem. So today we are playing Craiovia, who won the league last year, and then we play Arges, who came up with us. The Arges game is actually being televised, so we'll get a little bit of money off that. Budget-wise, we're doing really well. We got 2.5 million in the bank. We got 800,000 euros left in the transfer budget, and we're 7,000 euros under our spending budget. So was able to move quite a few players off the books. If I look at the released players here, Sori Suma, Malik Demba, Basori Tanu, Papavici, Kratsev, Nagy, Ignat, Prikup, and Dobrotescu all left on freeze. A lot of these guys were reserve team players who were never going to see first team playing time. A couple of the other ones like Demba, Suma, and Tanu, they were okay, but they were older and they weren't getting any better, and they were taking up roster spots. And it's not in the club vision. I gotta find that here real quick. Club vision is don't sign players over the age of 30 now, work within the payroll budget, maximum 1-year contracts for players over the age of 33, minimum 2-year contracts for first-team players. We're supposed to fight bravely against relegation, reach the 6th round, and we don't start playing till the 5th round of the Coppa Romanii. And then they want us to remain in Casa Liga 1 at the end of next season. So they increased the technical board. They increased the technical director wages. They let me go on a coaching course. I'm quite happy with that. So tactics-wise, this is a team we're going to start today. Lubiak in goal, Suli, Hlusek, Tora, and Onea as the defensive back four, Manea and Kostic as the midfielders, Kostachi and Panelik as the attack midfielders, Miovski and Balache up top as the strikers. And then on the bench, we got Pound, Badea, Popescu, Nișescu, who has never really recovered from that ACL. He's topped out. He's a decent sub, though. Trucha, Benchug, and Cachero are on the bench. I tried moving Benchug. Nobody wanted him. The other problem I have is that he's really my best backup midfielder. Unless I want to bring on a youngster. And I really don't want to bring on a youngster at this point. Although I have 2 really good keepers on my youth squad. And that is a good thing. Craiova is a good squad. They've been fighting out with Steaua Bucharest the past couple of years in the game for the first place. And then I'd have to go back and check how we've done in the Champions League and the Euro Cups. I applied to one job in the summertime just because I thought I'd take a chance. It was with Ufa in Russia, and they chose not to interview me. I did have a couple teams, one in Slovakia. Oh, Bar gets the rebound and he scores. One in Slovakia and another one in Bosnia. Asked me to interview, but they were both second division clubs in their respective countries, and their country rating is lower than Romania's. Romania's ranked 22nd. So, I would take a step back to a lower ranked country if it was to a team that was like in the first league and was fairly good. If something like Radniki or Dinamo Zagreb or something like that came up. Now they're moving the ball really well. Guciu to Bobak. Hlusek knocks that down, though. Manea out to Suli. Kostachi gets inside. Goes back out to Suli. He holds it up, crosses it in. Miovski was there, couldn't get it. Kostachi tried crossing it, and there were too many Craiova players in the way. Bar, all my defenders were in the wrong place. He hit the post, and it bounces right back to Lubic. Ljubic? Have I probably been pronouncing that wrong the whole time. Ljubic. 20 minutes in, Marin with the goal kick to Mkwanaze, who's dispossessed by Kostachi. Suleiman to Manea, centers it to Balache, over to Miovski, back to Manea, out to Kostachi. He cuts inside again, passes up Miovski, Panelik. Kostic runs down the loose ball. Oh, tries getting out to Suleiman, but it's knocked away. Hlusek's going to run up and get that. Back to Suli. Manea, Balache, Kostachi, and he takes a shot and skies it. We should be working the ball into the box. Are we not working the ball into the box? Zubik to Katora. Gives it to Onea. He gives the... Oh, Balache managed to get there in time. Looked like they were going to give it away. Panelik centers it to Manea. Manea, Miovski, Kostachi. Back to Manea. Kostiuk. Tries crossing it in. Guciu knocks it away. Oh, Koljic avoids the tackle. Passes it up to Bar, got between the defenders, and he dodged a bullet there. Put it just wide right. And they missed on the corner kick. Had a window there I had to close. Was bugging me. Coming up on halftime. We've had our chances. We haven't really made the most of them. We've had, of our 4 shots, 2 of them have been from distance, and that really shouldn't be happening. I'm not a fan of that. No highlights this second half so far. We are just past 60 minutes in. What we're going to do is switch Minea and Kostyuk. Actually, no, we're going to leave Kostyuk there. We're going to bring Minea off and bring on Popescu. Panelik is not having a good game, so we'll bring on Yushetsku, who, if I remember correctly, likes to be a winger. Or an inside forward. Is he right-footed or left-footed? What the heck is going on? Yeah, DPI indicator. Preferred foot right only, so he is definitely a winger. On the right, at least. We're going to leave Kostyuk on, even though he's on a 6-3. 5 minutes left. Can we get it done? Probably not. And we lose 1-0. And that's an okay result, actually. As long as we're not blown out. The Florian Bargol and the Fort... You know, we held them scoreless for 86 minutes. You know, the team that won Liga 1 last year, we held scoreless. We had our chances. We just didn't make the most of them. They were definitely better on the ball offensively than we were. You could tell the quality of their team just in how they were passing it back and forth and everything like that. So, it's the first loss we've had in a while, going back all the way to last season, so our win streak is broken. We'll probably see something about that here, I think. 17-match unbeaten home streak. Okay, let me save the game here real quick. And then while this is going on, what I need to do is set the training, and then we are going to be back for the Argus game in just a bit. Okay, Miofsky is coming off a niggling injury, but he's good for 75 minutes. Let's look at the rest of the squad here real quick. I'm going to bring on Pawn for Onea just because I want to get him playing time. One of the other reasons Minea fits on the squad is he fits the domestic under 21s because he's Romanian. Bring on Celestiano on the bench. He can replace Suleiman. You can see now Nishescu is back up to 3 stars. It's all about who is ever judging him. That is what we're going to go with. I need another striker. At one point in time, I thought I had one, but I think he went somewhere else. If we look at my squad, if we take off the unavailable guys, I'm pretty thin. I got this guy in on trial. He's not bad. The 5 concentration is a bit of a bummer, as is the 2 to 5 positioning. A 5'10" advanced forward who can also play on the wing. You know what? We'll sign him. And we'll send you on intense later. Language course. $6.25 a week? Yeah. Young strikers. Okay. Young strikers will scout. We'll go back, go to transfer targets, go strikers, free transfers, and whomever he suggests. Well, okay, they're free transfers, but they're saying this guy plays on Letev? Yeah, I'm thinking no. Alexander Trudori. You know what? We'll bring him in on trial. Oh. Did they play in the under 21 squad? Well, that's a bit of a... Okay. Blasio will come off. Popescu will come up. Cachero can't play, so... I'll put Greco on the bench. Balache can't be on the bench either. Which means... Put Onea on the bench. And Katora can't play. That just means Badea's on. And then Katora's going to come off. And we'll put Sandro on the bench. Wow. I didn't realize I made them available for the under-21s. I didn't make them available for the under-21s. I must have clicked something, or my assistant coach is doing something. Kickoff highlights are always interesting. Andreessen runs it down, gets it up to Nagy. Velichkov bombs it for Badea, knocks it down to Miofsky. He holds it up, gets it to Popescu. Back to Pound. Pound sends it in for Panelik, and he takes a shot right at Bezdarek. Looked like he had some help there from Miofsky and decided not to take it. Panelik, corner kick in, knocked away, goes right back to Panelik. He tries crossing in it again, bounces it off Mendes again. And the thing I have to check here is we're working the ball into the box. Do mixed crosses. Traore on the throw-in. Tanegi Trofin. Traore. Kostiuk heads it forward. Panelik picks it up. Gets it over to Miovski. Miovski goes wide, takes the shot, hits the post. Was a bit ambitious. Would have been a nice goal if he had scored, though. From a statistical point of view, we are absolutely dominating them. I think what's holding us back is the fact that we did not practice this formation at all during the week. So the guys playing are not all that familiar with it. And if I had more depth at striker, I could have stayed with the 4-2-4. But Zubik to Badea. Towards Miovski. Headed down. Nagy's going to get it. He loses it, though, but it goes right to Velichkov. Who throws it away. Oh, no. Mendez ends up with it. Takes the shot. Puts it... Wow, what a goal. That was nice. Velichkov. Yeah, Badea went for... I don't know what Badea did, but... Mendes is our striker this game. That's his first goal. We're 5 games in. I don't know what that says for Argis. Traore. Hlusek knocks it away. Popescu is going to get there. Passes it up into space for Miovski. Miovski takes the shot and he slots it past the keeper and we equalize almost right away. Nice effort by Popescu to get the ball. And then a nice long pass over the top into space where Miovski can run up on it and just... Yeah, the Argis keeper had no chance to stop that. Hlusek. Okay, Lujvik saved that goal absolutely 100%. I have no idea what the hell Hlusek was doing there, other than trying to lose the game for us. Popescu ends up with the ball again, but the highlight's over. About 60 minutes in. After this highlight, we'll make a couple of changes. Traore, Rizea drops it off to Trofin. Crosses it in. Pound knocks it away, but Velichkov's going to stop it before it goes out of bounds. Dimitriescu back to Velichkov. Mendez is there, and he gets his second goal. I think we are just going to make changes while that is going on. We'll switch Manet and Kostiuk. Pon's not having the best game, so we're going to bring on Onea. That was offsides. It didn't count. Quiet second half. And we draw. We absolutely dominated them statistically. 20 shots, 9 on target, 8 off target shots, 1 woodwork hit, 6 long shots again. I've got to start telling the guys to work the ball in the box. I had worked the ball in the box on. So, still, it was a good performance. We didn't lose. A solid effort. I need to figure out what happened with the schedule there. I don't know what happened, but... They said Balache couldn't play because he was ineligible. Already involved in another match on the same day. Under 21. He's an under 21 player. If I move him to the senior squad, yeah, I'll have to do the same thing with Kotara. Okay, well, hopefully that solves that, at least for now. The other problem I'm having is that I've got let me pull him up here real quick. I've got a really good midfielder who I picked up last year. Where's he at? Vidovicek. I think he's got potential. He's German. No, he's Croatian. I can't register him. I totally missed out registering him the first time around. I can't register him again until the beginning of the year. I've tried getting... You know what? Let me see if I can't get him out on loan. Because if I can't get him playing time in the first division in Romania, I can at least get him playing time somewhere else. So, before we go any further... The loss against Craiova, that's not unexpected. They're definitely a better squad than us. The fact that we held them to a 1-0 victory is a point in our favor. The draw against Arges, we came over them this season. We beat them last season. Actually, they're the one team that did beat us last season, but it was early on. So I'll take a draw with them. The goal of the season was to fight bravely against relegation. I know for a fact we're going to be in the relegation playoffs. That's the teams in 7th through 16th. But I think if we can stay somewhere around this 7th to 12th spot, we'll be okay. And then again, the playoffs, anything can happen. So I'm not too upset by today's games. We're doing really well. We got off to a good start, beating Bucuresti, Stoy Bucharest, and drawing with Vittorio really goes a long way in helping us. So we're doing well. We're doing a lot better than I thought we would. Especially when I saw the schedule come out, I thought we were definitely going to lose probably 4 of our first 5 games. But the guys are doing really well. We didn't have a lot of squad turnover in terms of players on the starting 11, which I think helped us. And I know the guys I brought in definitely made the squad stronger, if not better. We'll find that out here over the next few months, though. If you did like what you see and heard, please leave a like, subscribe to the channel for more content, questions, criticisms, comments. Leave those down below. I will answer those as fast as I can. And I totally forgot to figure out who we're going to play in the next episode. Yeah, it's whoever it's going to be in our 5th round match, and then Dinamo Bucuresti. So that's who we'll play. And then we've got all of November off, but it is 2027, and there's something going on this year. Euro Cup, something like that. I don't know. We'll figure it out. But that said, my name's FM Jellico. I thank you for watching.